We're turning back to page 45, Standing Committee Report number 657, third reading of Senate Bill 1109, Senate Draft 2, relating to hospital standards for sexual assault victims.
Senator Sloan.
Madam President, I wish to offer a floor amendment to Senate Bill number 1109 SD2.
Madam Clerk, please identify the amendment.
Floor Amendment number 7, proposing an amendment to Senate Bill 1109, Senate Draft 2, copies of which have been distributed to the members.
Senator Sloan.
Madam President, I move that floor amendment number 7 be adopted.
Senator Gabbard.
I second the motion.
It's been moved and second. Is there any discussion? Senator Sloan.
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, this amendment basically would do what we have talked about for years, and that is to grant exception to those hospitals that qualify on religious convictions. Thank you.
Further discussion, members? Senator Ihara.
Madam President, could we have a short, brief recess?
Short recess, subject to call of chair.
Members of the Senate, please be seated.
Senate, please come to order. Is there any discussion, further discussion? Senator Green.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise in opposition to this amendment.
Please proceed.
Colleagues, this amendment would allow for hospitals a religious exemption if they did not want to provide emergency contraception in the case of rape. So very specifically, a woman gets raped. It's the worst day in her life for sure. And the hospital that she gets taken to because of proximity by the ambulance or by her relatives, if this amendment were to pass, would be able to refuse her emergency contraception. She could end up pregnant, for God's sake. There's no circumstance in this world that a woman should end up pregnant from a rape. No hospital, and this is coming from a physician, a husband, a father of a daughter, should ever be allowed to refuse a woman emergency contraception if she's been raped. Please vote down this amendment. I empathize with a provider if they don't want to perform an abortion or to do any other service, but no hospital has the right to categorically deny a woman who's been raped the care she needs. In medicine, it's important that all patients have all options. A patient could choose not to take medicine, but the hospital must offer it. I would add also that all of our hospitals in this state receive public money, all of them, through the Affordable Care Act, through our insurance policies, through our plans, through the sustainability acts we've been passing. Members, please vote no on this amendment. I'm sympathetic to people's religious beliefs. I'm half Catholic, contrary to what any might believe. I'm half Jewish. I'm married to a Mormon. But for God's sake, please make sure everyone gets all the health care options that they might need, especially in this most dire situation. Thank you, members.
Further discussion. Senator Solomon.
Thank you, Madam President. I too rise in opposition.
Please proceed.
And I would like to support the remarks of the senator from the Big Island as though they were my own. Thank you.
So ordered. Further discussion. Senator Sloan.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise in support of the floor amendment. I think it's interesting that we so cavalierly trample over First Amendment rights and also religious rights, and particularly in this body that has always seemed to be so concerned about separation of church and state. And here is a question of the state trampling religious rights. And interesting that it was brought up about the Obamacare, Affordable Care Act, because in the Affordable Care Act there is such a religious exemption granted to both individuals and institutions. And several of the institutions in this state have very clear and well-defined religious beliefs, which they have practiced for a long period of time. And finally, when we talk about right to choice or right to choose, we should give that right equally to individuals and institutions as well. So I urge passage of this floor amendment, and I request a roll call vote. Thank you.
Further discussion, members. Senator Baker.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, colleagues, this is not about choice. This is not about religious freedom. This is about applying the standard of care, which even the Catholic Bishops' Conference nationwide has acknowledged is important for a young woman, an old woman, a middle-aged woman who may be the victim of rape. This is about compassionate care. It's about the standard of care. It doesn't force anyone to have to take the care, but they need to be given the options. And I would also note, for the first time, the Healthcare Association of Hawaii, which is our hospital association, has come out in support of the measure that's on the floor, not the floor amendment. I urge all of my colleagues to join all of us in making sure that every woman in this state has the opportunity for compassionate care if they are the victim of rape. Mahalo.
Further discussion, members. Senator Kidani.
Thank you, Madam President. Would you please insert the remarks of the previous speaker as if they were in the journal as if they were my own?
So
Thank you.
ordered. Further discussion, members? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Madam President, I request a roll call.
Oh, I'm sorry. Roll call vote has been. Thank you for that correction. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Baker?
No.
Senator Chun Oakland?
No.
Senator Dela Cruz? Senator English?
No.
Senator Espero?
No.
Senator Gabbard? Senator Galataria? Senator Green? Senator He? Senator Ige?
No.
Senator Ihara?
No.
Senator Kahele? Senator Keith Agaran? Senator Kidani?
No.
Senator Kochi? Senator Nishihara?
No.
Senator Ruderman?
No.
Senator Shimabukuro? Senator Sloan?
Aye.
Senator Solomon? Senator Taniguchi?
No.
Senator Thielen? Senator Tokuda? Senator Wakai? Madam President?
No.
2 ayes, 23 noes.
The motion to adopt floor amendment number 7 fails. If there are no objections from the members, we will be taking third reading for Senate Bill number 1109.
Madam President.
Senator Solomon.
Thank you. I just would like to move for reconsideration on your behalf on my remarks. I was reminded by my colleague across the floor that I would like to, although I adopted his remarks, to say that I am not half Jewish, and I am not a half Catholic, and I'm not married to a Mormon. Thank you very much.
Your remarks will be amended to a floor amendment number 109. Okay, we are, if there are no objections from the members, we'll be taking third reading on Senate Bill number 1109, Senate Draft 2, on consent.
Standing Committee Report number 657, third reading of Senate Bill 1109, Senate Draft 2, relating to hospital standards for sexual assault victims.
Is there any discussion? If not, do we have unanimous consent? No votes to Senator Sloan and Senator Gabbard. All others voting in the affirmative.
23 ayes, 2 noes.
Senate Bill number 1109, Senate Draft 2, passes third reading.